Shalom, this is Sharba Sarala, our Lions Nick Kemp. And first and foremost, I'd like to give praises, honor, and glory to the Father and the Son, in the proper true Hebrew tongue. Call La Yahweh Shema Shai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amoth. Also, those are the elders and apostles of GMS, and them are my elders as well, Aharon by Sarala. Peace and blessings to 1/3, and citation to for elect. This lesson is finna go on bearing your cross, was basically to denounce everything in this mortal plane, in this physical realm, and of course fully embrace the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the grace, the faith of Yahweh Shema Shai, denounce everything and fully embrace Yahweh Shema Shai, because you gotta do that first before you come to the Son, and then you're gonna reach the Father. So, but I'm gonna get straight into it. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. So this is what brothers and sisters and children do every day. Brothers and sisters do this you have to do this, daily, to be not only, to deny yourself, and this of course go for women as well, but to deny yourself and fully embrace Yahweh Shema Shai. That nothing is more important on this physical realm than getting salvation, than getting wisdom, knowledge, understanding. By for a woman just following her man or following Yahweh Shema Shai, studying, watching videos, being vigilant, same for a man, watching videos, studying, reach one and teach one, go on the highways and byways, and then some, and keep pushing and fighting, it's always like that, and of course to deny yourself, just like Yahweh did, to wanting to be like Yahweh, and because hopefully, Yahweh when the Lord see us, we want him to see an image of him. We want him to see a reflection of himself when we see Yahweh, So we're gonna hope we try to be humble and patient and be wise, harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent, and do everything with no guile in our mouth, Yahweh Tazah. So, of course, going back to the point, to deny yourself and take up his cross daily. So, of course, that going to the cross means the word cross mean deny yourself, family. You can say family, kids, because that's all in the scriptures, that if anyone love their children or their son, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So kind of just going back to the fact that you gotta deny everything on this physical plane to fully embrace Yahweh Shema Shai, because fathers and mothers, of course you only get one. You only get one physical father and one physical mother, and ultimately they can help you, they can nurture you or whatnot, or in this time, who knows, you got some fathers not there, mothers may not be there, or mother take you away from try to take you away from the truth, or father might take you away from the truth. It's a lot of things that happen in this flesh, within this time, but of course, simply going back to the fact that you gonna get everything back, especially for sons and daughters, just like Job. He lost everything, even as kids, but of course, in the flesh now, that if you lose your son or your daughter, you gonna get thousands in the kingdom, especially if you're a man of the Lord and you aim to be one of the elect, Yahweh Tazah. When you make it to the kingdom, you're gonna have a thousand virgins. You're gonna have a thousand women to be fruitful with, and you're gonna have 1,000 kids. You gotta have even more than that. So of course, just going back to the point that the Lord gonna give you, everything you need, everything everything that your heart, desires. You got to denounce everything that this physical world can offer. It's like you that this physical world can offer, and of course, fully embrace Yahweh Shemashai. And Yahweh Shemashai can give you everything on this physical plane tenfold. There's gold and rubies and emeralds out in the universe that Esau can't even fathom about touching. Even here you got Esau can't even touch more than 10% of the sea or 15% of the sea, something like that. You know, so that's all given to the children of Israel. That's given to the Lord's peculiar people. This is Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 67. Behold, Yahweh himself is the judge. Fear him. Slakia. Again, Slakia. I'm going to go ahead and read it again. This is Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 7 or verse 67. Behold, Yahweh himself. Slakia. Behold, Yahweh himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall Yahweh lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. So this is what you must do, and this is basically going into forgetting your old self and becoming a new creature for Yahweh Shemashai. Because of course, even in the truth, you gotta even announce yourself. Announce everything in this realm to continue being in the truth, to continue being humble and whatnot. But this is just looking at your past, of course, looking at the reflection. Yeah, looking at the dude, the lesser creature that you were in the world that wouldn't have as much humility as you have now. That wouldn't have as much wisdom as you had now, because when you're in the world, you might have a little wisdom, you might know a trigger or two, but you might just be humble. You might be prideful. You'll be arrogant. You're not willing to learn a lot of stuff that you're not willing to do if you're not in the truth. You're not fully accepting Yahweh Shemashai. I'm gonna read it one more time. Behold, Yahweh himself is the judge. Fear him, and of course fear Yahweh Shemashai is the beginning of knowledge. So that's how you're gonna get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, is by fearing Yahweh Shemashai. Looking at your old self, knowing that you did sin, and you did have you committed iniquity, as a young man and woman. But of course, to forget that and know that you are now a princess or prince, and that of course now every day you have to live knowing that you're not even done. This on the beginning. This is of course right now. This right here is a grace period. That people, brothers and sisters can come in, or they can leave, but they're gonna have to make a choice. A very good choice would be coming to the truth, but and of course doing what the Lord would do, doing what Yahweh would do, is denounce himself, do everything for your people, and of course for the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. You even for the family that don't even that you don't even talk to, that you don't like, or because we got family across the four winds. We of course not the red bloodline, but of course going through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you got the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled birds that are across the four corners of the earth, that we don't even know, but that we do know, because there's some out there that need to know this, that need to know that they're children of the Lord, and that they're God's chosen children, and that they should change from their ways, become humble and wise, and know that they got salvation, that this world gonna be destroyed, So though, that's just going into becoming a new creature, fashion just with the spirit Yahweh in my side, not fashioned by his world. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So calm, man, of separation. Heathens, they may have knowledge, but they'll have a knowledge about, building something or, do something. But ultimately, the real wisdom and knowledge and understanding is through Yahweh Shemashai, and that comes through fearing the Lord. You're not gonna want to embrace. You're not gonna want to hold your dog and your kids at the same level as Yahweh. Yahweh created the universe. He created the heavens and the earth, the everything. He literally breathed into us. We got a soul. We got the spirit and we got the body, which is a soul, and we're talking through our spirit ultimately. Of course you got your brain, but ultimately you got your pineal gland that your spirit that ultimately controls your body. Because your brain don't make you move. Ultimately it's your spirit. Your spirit makes your brain, then all that stuff. That, and that, of course, Esau wicked. That they'll try to denounce that. They'll try to denounce everything going according to the spirit and try to teach you all science. But really, that science is just natural biology. That we are human beings. If you're a human, you got a spirit. Even the wicked ones. But they just go on the left hand side, and the righteous one, of course, the children of Israel, God's chosen children, we go on the right hand side. But just going back to the point though about denouncing yourself, and of course, denouncing yourself, it begins with having fear of the Lord and having wisdom, and of course having humility. You're not gonna want to denounce anything if you don't know anything. You're not gonna want to really denounce Yahweh Shemashai if you don't even fear the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. And that's the beginning of it. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and want and in the want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So what's like you? But it's going into coming to this place to Egypt. What the Lord sent on his people. Coming out of fleeing to the wilderness like West Africa. Just coming right back to Egypt on slave ships. And being put right back in a yoke of bondage, because we want to serve other gods and serve a golden calf, serve idols and whatnot. This is what the Lord gave us, and it's not for destruction, but it's for a righteous chastisement. It's for a righteous indignation. That we would serve our enemies, across the four winds. All nations have touched the apple of the Lord eye. And of course, given knowing that the Lord giving some of His men and women and children the knowledge and wisdom of Him, of Yahweh Shemashai, knowing that but ultimately it's going back to the the point that Yahweh Shemashai, he did all of this just so we can be at this point where we are now, and to know that we went through all this not only for, like I said, or like the scripture say, not for destruction, but to gain everything that we're getting now, and be in the flesh and no trials and tribulations that the Lord has given to us. Like humble, humility. Not knowing that we're not here for no reason. We here to serve Yahweh Shemashai. denounce everything on this physical plane, and fully embrace the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is chapter John. This is John, chapter 3, verse 16. You know, this is your pastor's favorite verse, of course, but this is I'm gonna explain it afterwards. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. So and I ain't gonna say your pastor, but I'm gonna say a pastor's, or anyone that's not in the truth, anyone that don't know the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, they'll say, the world is meaning the whole entire world, the four corners of the earth, but it's just the word is meaning Israel, Yasharallah, and only the children of Israel, Yahweh Shema Shlakia, only the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds, the men, women, and children that should believe into the names of Yahweh Shema Shai. And of course you only gonna have 1/3 of them in this life right now that's gonna be saved. Then you got the elect that's gonna be set up to govern the city. They're gonna have the citizens and they're gonna govern the city. So you're gonna have the kings. Ultimately our king is Yahweh Shai. While we're in the flesh now, that's what we're pushing for. We pushing for salvation, pushing to be either the 1/3 or the hopeful elect. The Lord's little ones. Right now we a worm, but of course through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, we can do anything. But going back to the point that Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai, one of the first things that one of the first creatures that the Most High made, being Yahweh Shai, being the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and he was here multiple times. King Solomon, and being that the Lord sent Yahweh Shai here to take all the sins away from his children, to die for us, to die for our sins, die for even die for 2/3 basically, because 2/3 they even though they're gonna be destroyed in this life right now, they're gonna be they're not gonna be cut up. They're gonna come back through the seed, and that's how you're gonna know if you made it, cause if you know your kid and you growing up, but ultimately if you are the elect, you gonna know, you gonna have a dream about being here watching TV, being in this world, going to work and whatever, and wake up in a beautiful castle with superpowers, spiritual powers, and everything is righteous and beautiful and peaceful. You can't sin again. Having a nightmare, waking up to a beautiful, forever, an eternal dream. But it's not a dream; it's reality. This is what the Lord really wanted from us from the beginning. But through, of course, everything happened. And of course, the catalyst being, of course, Yahweh Shai dying for us, and being that's how we're gonna be able to get to Yahweh, get salvation is through Yahweh Shai. So just going back to denouncing yourself, and of course fully embracing Yahweh Shema Shai. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 17. For a light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. So this right now in the flesh, it's only a light affliction. It's like like the point to bear a cross every day, to deny yourself, deny everything. Only embrace Yahweh Shema Shai. This is a light affliction for what we're gonna for what you're gonna get, Yahweh, Lord willing. And you're gonna get salvation if you truly believe into the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. If you cry inside for the Lord every day, you pray, you study, under the true righteous names of Yahweh, being the Father, meaning He exists, and Yahweh Shai, meaning He delivers. So if you know that and you actually believe that with all your heart, without with all your spirit, and you pray into that name every night, then you have a chance, and of course a very strong chance, because most brothers and sisters would rather call on the name of Jesus and whatnot, and of course if you get that name Yahweh Shemashah, you are going to get a lot of flesh. You are going to get chastisement, and you're going to go through trials and tribulations for the name of Yahweh Shemashah, because what would the Lord do? Yahweh Shah would do that 10,000 times. That's what. And of course you could if you wanted to, but ultimately you don't want to. You want to make it out though. You don't have to die for the Lord Yahweh Shah. You and if you do, you can do it for Yahweh Shemashah in this flesh, of course. But then the Lord can bring you back. All that. But ultimately you want to make it to the end and get your reward. Of course, as a man, and get your reward for being a righteous man of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us, and of course going to the kingdom and whatnot. Shalakia, but of course going into the kingdom. But the sufferings that we have in this life to bear a cross, to denounce everything, that constantly have to be strong and be humble, to know that you're only a lowly creature in this flesh, that all the heathens, all the disgusting heathens, Moab, Ham, and of course on the top of that Esau, being as wicked and as disgusting they are, they ruling over you, physically, of course, financially and whatnot, but spiritually you're 2,000 steps over them, and of course being the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is what I can't even think of a number high enough to show the space between Yahweh or Yahweh Shai and the heathen, and of course you can say there's no space, because to Yahweh they only one single drop that drips out of the bucket, they're spittle. You can't even look back at it. So and imagine what you are as a man, woman, or child. You a worm to the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, but with that, everyone's a little one to the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, but just going that you're a worm, and that the Lord is fighting for you as long as you fight for Him, and denouncing yourself, this physical plane, and fully want to be in verse with Yahweh Shemashah, and being with Yahweh Shemashah fully. You got to do that. You got to have humility. Be humble. Know that you're a lowly creature, but of course at the end of it you're hoping to get salvation. But that was a lesson. Yahweh That was an edifying lesson, and with that, I want to say shalom.